Hello everyone, welcome back to my channel. Last time I finished designing the main cast of My Little Pony Friendship is Magic, so today we're starting a new series of designs. This time I'm going to be redesigning the main cast of Monster High, and I am starting off with Frankenstein. So just as a quick disclaimer, I have only watched the Generation 1 animation show, if you can call it that way, which means that I don't know anything about the newer generations or new lore, etc. Fun fact, I actually haven't watched the animated show as a child, but as an adult instead. In fact, I watched it a couple years ago. When I was a child, Monster High was not aired in my country, and I guess I never really had the chance to watch it and get into it. A few years ago though, I started enthusiastically devouring character redesign videos here on YouTube, which is, by the way, the main reason why I created my own channel, and one of the most popular shows and consequently characters that got redesigned the most was Monster High. On top of that, I also consumed, and I still do, a lot of doll related content like doll redesigns, doll repaints, doll reviews. So as a consequence, my curiosity for the show increased. I knew nothing about the story itself. I initially just knew what the characters look like, and I noticed people talking about Monster High as a very nostalgic and iconic show that held a special place in everyone's heart. The dolls and characters look so cute, colorful, and unique that I decided to finally watch it myself. I must admit that even though it is clearly targeted towards a younger audience, it was still a very fun experience. I honestly love all the characters, but I think my personal favorites are Cleo, Gulia, and Laguna. All the girls are really cute and fun though, so I don't think there's a single character that I honestly dislike. Babbling aside, let's talk art. Frankie is a Franken monster and Frankenstein's daughter. When she is introduced to us, we learn that she's been very recently created, and she's consequently quite naive with an almost childlike innocence. But she's also very sweet, caring, and supportive. While working on her redesign, I really wanted to preserve what, in my opinion, were, let's say, the most iconic defining aspects of her original look. To me, those are her palette, mainly consisting of black, white, and turquoise, and of course her scars, stitches, and neck bolts. Her overall fashion style is quite punkish and preppy, with the inclusion of plaid, bolts, mesh, and the quite iconic necktie. To me, the OG designs of all the girls are so perfect that I wanted to preserve their essence as much as possible. So with my Frankie redesign, I tried to include all the aforementioned elements, but rework them with my own style. The white button-up shirt stayed, just like in her OG design, but instead of her plaid corset mini dress, I guess, I gave her a ripped jeans jacket adorned with studs and pins, and an equally torn pair of hot pants to which a plaid half skirt is attached to. As you can see, the skirt is made of the same material of her OG mini dress. I guess you can say that I kind of repurposed the mini dress fabric. I also gave her one of those emo belts. I don't know if they're still in fashion right now, but when I was a kid, those were all the rage among the emo crowd. There was always this emo girl walking around school who dressed in the coolest way, you know, hair raccoon extensions, big side bangs, checkered and striped patterns everywhere, arm sleeves, etc. She always stood out from the crowd and looked amazing. I don't care what anyone says, I think scene fashion is cool as heck. Gosh, I wish I had the guts to dress like that, but I'm too shy. Anyways, back to Frankie. She is kind of channeling some of that scene Hot Topic vibe. I also made her skin patches of different colors since, you know, she's stitched together and made from different parts. And I also gave her one blind eye. The makeup stayed pretty much the same, which is something that I think I'll do for my next Monster High girls redesigns too. And the blue skull earrings turned into more piercings and a blue lightning bolt. I do miss her OG black and white shoes, but those wouldn't have looked good with her new look that I gave her. So I went for some heavy studded punk boots instead. And with that, this is pretty much how Frankenstein turned out in my style. Now moving on to Draculaura, just like I did with Frankie, I wanted to preserve her most defining aspects of her look. So to me, those were of course her black and white twin tails, her bangs, her heart mark on the cheek, and her white and pink centered palette. So in my design, I enhanced the twin tails, if you will. I made them bigger and longer, as if they were an extension of her bubbly and adorable personality. I also gave her some cute bat wings with two fluffy puffs for hair clips. I then changed her front bangs from a blunt cut to a V cut because I thought that would fit her quite well. The heart mark stayed, of course. We're not getting rid of that. And I turned the earrings from what I assume were pins to a pair of white coffins and ribbons, which match her coffin bag. Now, in the original design, she has this sort of ruffle collar and a pink vest, which I decided to kind of fuse together and turn them instead into a pink crop jacket with a wide neckline that drapes completely off the shoulders, completed with big bows and a ruffy lace sleeve rim. Underneath the jacket, I gave her a sleeveless turtleneck with a cute heart hole in the middle. The skirt, I didn't change much because I thought it looked too perfect on her. I just basically made it puffier, doubled the layers with a black bottom skirt, and tripled the ruffles for even more bounciness and bubbliness points. I also added some lace trims, and please forgive me for using Clip Studio's base lace brush, but when making these videos I need to work on a schedule and that just saves me so much time. I'm so sorry. Aside from this, I basically kept the same stockings, but I gave her a cute pink thigh belt with a heart-shaped ring, and of course the pink boots had to stay. I just made them look a little bit more goth, I guess, with lots of bells and metal decorations. I just realized, by the way, that I gave both Frankie and Draculaura the same idol-ish leg raise pose. Love life still lives rent-free in my brain. Anyways, this is how Draculaura turned out in my style. What do you think? So here's how I redesigned Frankie and Draculaura from Monster High. I would have liked to include more girlies in this video, but unfortunately, as a new channel, YouTube only allows me to upload 15 minutes long videos, so I'm sorry about that. Did I make them justice or did I completely ruin them? Roast me in the comments down below. I will redesign all the main monster girls in the next videos, so feel free to subscribe so you don't miss out. And if you like my scribbles, hit the like button to let YouTube know that my videos might be interesting to look at. Thank you for watching. I will see you guys in the next one. Bye!